Hi everyone, my name's Reese from Ray Watt in Highton. Welcome to the March 2021 Market Wrap. Today I'm joined by George Politis from our office, as well as Alex from X-Golf, who's been very kind to host us today. How's it going, guys?
Good, thanks.
Mate.
Thanks very much for having us, Alex. Alex will give us a bit of a spiel on X-Golf as we get into the chat. But George, do you want to kick us off and give us a bit of a rundown on how the market's performed over March?
So March was our biggest month ever. We had a huge month, record month for the office. Some massive listings as well as huge sales for the month. Couple of PBs in the office as well, and I know the rentals have been kicking goals as well. But the market is still just going crazy at the moment. It's been fantastic.
Yeah. Alex has also recently purchased in the market as well, and how did you find that? Did you do a private purchase or was it ad option or how?
Yeah, we did a private purchase. Yeah,
Lucky.
so I was lucky. So we went into it pretty much at the start, just before COVID. We started looking,
Yep.
and then obviously with the uncertainty, we kind of decided to chill out for a bit, wait to see what was going to happen, and then came back into it, and it was just super aggressive. So we feel very fortunate that we got a place in the end, but. Yeah, it wasn't, we definitely tried a few times and failed before we got there, but we're very fortunate that we were able to get something.
Yeah, awesome. I think some of the interesting stats that we've seen through the office was, obviously what George was alluding to in relation to really great sales. I think we achieved the highest number of sales ever for our office,
Correct.
highest commission for our office. George, I think, had his best month ever. I'm not trying to toot his horn too much, but he's done really well as well. The office as a whole has just done great. I think one of the other interesting stats I saw were that for the listings that we did for last month, I think about 45% of them were listed for auction, for upcoming auction in the coming month. So that's obviously the trend. There's a fair bit of that going on, obviously, isn't there, George?
Yeah, obviously with auctions, it's a bit of a scary thing for purchasers, but at the end of the day, it's an unconditional contract for our vendors, and obviously that produces enough buyers that obviously we've seen some pretty huge results in the recent times.
Yep.
Obviously, there was one in Cuthbert Avenue that was sold by a colleague of ours and went for 140,000 over reserve, which was a huge result.
Yeah,
huge.
just crazy.
So, yeah.
I think that probably leads, there's a couple of interesting topics we wanted to try and cover today, and that probably leads perfectly into the discussion we wanted to have. There's a lot of buzzwords going on in the media in relation to agents, not only in Victoria but all around the country, underquoting. And I think a lot of people are probably curious to understand what that is and how that works. I don't think we're seeing a lot of that in the Geelong market. There might be a little bit of it, but even using Cuthbert as an example, the majority of the buyer feedback was at the range that we were quoting. The reserve was set in that range, and on the day I think there was like half a dozen bidders, and I feel like the majority of these great results has just been driven by just the people trying to get involved. Is that what you're sort of saying, George? Or?
Yeah, underquoting has sort of been limited by the introduction of a statement of information by the REIV. Obviously, a few years ago there's nothing governing us from what we could quote for a property.
Yep.
It's obviously changed the market in a dramatic way in that sense, but what we've got to supply with a statement of information is 3 properties within a 500 metre radius that have sold comparable to that property we've listed for sale. On that note as well, as Reese just said, we've had numerous properties going hundreds over reserve. Like, it's been ridiculous, and we're not just expecting it. Like, it's obviously just happening with every agency that's out there at the moment that are obviously running a great campaign. But it is hard to determine what a property's worth. The old saying is, instead of us telling you what it's worth, we're asking you what do you want for it, and you're getting it. So it's just it's the way the market is at the moment.
Yeah, which is great. If you're a vendor and you've got a property and you want to, get it on the market and sell, it's obviously a great time to be doing so.
100%.
So reach out to our team and we can get involved and help out.
Yeah, 100%. So
probably the other main topic I guess we wanted to cover on really quickly is there's been some rental reform changes within the property market in the last week. They changed and took effect as of the 29th of March. And I think there's a lot of landlords of ours, who are potentially worried about how that's going to affect them. There's a lot of people who are even looking to sell because they're concerned around how that all sort of works. Probably the main message I think we want to get across today is if you've got a competent agent who understands the legislation, which Ray Watt as a franchise has been really great with training, so our team is pretty up to scratch on it all. And we've sourced some pretty great tradies who can help with a lot of the safety checks that are required now, much more affordable than some of the big mobs out there. So local tradies supporting locals has helped with us and our local landlords as well. So if you want to learn a little bit more about it, or if you have any queries or questions about it, definitely give us a call at the office. You can speak to myself or our BDM Nikki. You can get us on the office number, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions if you've got any concerns about how that works. But I think the short story is there's not too much to worry about. It's pretty well business as usual. But yeah, let us know and we can help out if you need.
100%.
Yeah. And Alex, do you want to give us a bit of a rundown, I guess, as to, George and I have been here recently and had a great time at X-Golf. It's pretty awesome venue, and I think it's probably the sort of thing that, especially coming to winter, you're probably going to get a lot more people trying to get in here rather than out on the course.
Yeah, definitely. So winter is our busy time of year for sure. But what we are, just for anybody that doesn't know, is we're an indoor golf and entertainment facility. So you can come in here, you can practice, you can get a lesson, or do what you guys did on the weekend a couple weeks ago and just come in with a few mates, play around a golf courses from all over the world, and just have a bit of fun with it. It's pretty relaxed. Obviously, we got fully licensed, plenty of food as well. So it's just a bit of fun, and you can get out of it a bunch of different things. We got new leagues starting up as well. So yeah, plenty of different things going on here.
Yeah, awesome. That's great.
What's the best number to contact you on, mate?
You can get us on 5223-1918, or just email us at geelong@xgolf.com.au.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks very much for having us, mate.
Thanks, mate.
guys. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next month for the next market update.